then I can do.
Okay, welcome everybody back to spring session. And do you see the screen? We're doing math inequalities today. You see that on the screen? Introduction to math inequalities. You see it? Maureen, you're on mute.
Yes, I saw. It's there.
Maureen, you're on mute. Maureen, you're on mute. Okay, we're looking at math inequalities. We know what equals are. We know when two quantities are equal, but we want to know when they are not equal. Okay, and we will be looking at actually 4 different inequalities: greater than, less than, greater than or equal, or less than or equal. The 2 most common ones are greater than and less than. And actually, today we'll be looking at greater than and less than, and later we'll look at greater than or equal, less than or equal. Now, here's an example. You see the symbol for greater than? It's greater than 5, greater than 2. The number 5 is greater than 2. Less than.
Miss Barbara?
Yes, Maureen. Maureen?
Hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, I was trying to argue because she said she tried again, but she unless she signed try to get you in.
Did she click on the link? Did she go to her
no.
email and click on the link?
Yeah, that was she doing, but she said she when she said she fail all the time, so she can get she signed to do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Hopefully she'll get on. All right. So we're doing inequalities. The 2 most common ones, greater than, that you see right here, and then less than. The number 5 is greater than 2. Number 7 is less than 9. Now, when you have the less than symbol, that's right here. The number on the left is less than the number on the right. So less than, think of L less and L left. Number on the left is smaller than the number on the right. But when you have greater than, the number on the left is greater than the number on the right. That's how you know the difference, okay? Or you see it as like a V turned on its side. Now, here's an example. Alex plays in the number 15th soccer. How old is Alex? Now, if he plays in the under 15 age, we don't know how old he is, but we know that his age, if it has to be under 15, his age has to be less than 15. And we can represent it as Alex's age less than 15. Or if we want to put A for Alex, we could write A less than 15. Let's see if I can do that on here. See. Okay, like I could say A. Let's see if I can work with a pen tablet here. Get out of this. Okay, I can put A less than. You could use any alphabet to represent the variable. So we could say here A. It's not letting me write. Okay, I'll have to do it on another screen. So Alex age less than 15, or letter A represents Alex, or represent age less than 15. Now, so we don't know his age, but we know for him to play in this soccer league where you have to be under 15, that his age has to be under 15 or less than 15. Now, let's take another one. Toya must work more than 40 hours to earn overtime pay. So we write it inequality to represent this. Now, more than means greater than. So Toya's hours have to be greater than 40, or you could use A to represent her hours and say H greater than 40. Any questions on the greater than and the less than inequalities? Questions? Okay, so greater than or equal, less than or equal. Those we will look at later with some problems, but today we just want to look at greater than and less than. So let me do a new share and see if I can go to,
Hi, Miss Barbara, did I miss a lot?
no, we had a problem.
Thank
with,
you.
People trying to get in. All right, let me just see if I can bring up my, okay, understanding inequalities. Greater than, there's your symbol. Here's an expression here. X plus 3 greater than 2. Okay, so some number X added to 3 is greater than 2. All right. Less than 7 times some number X is less than 28. Greater than or equal to. And notice the greater than or equal to has the greater than with the dash underneath to represent the equal. 5 greater than or equal to a variable X minus 1. Less than or equal. 2y plus 1 less than or equal to 7. All right. Now I want to bring up, let's see, I want to bring up my PowerPoint.
Understanding inequalities.
Okay. Here we are. Does everybody see College Prep Math Inequalities February 27th?
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Okay, so let's get started. As I said, today we will be doing just the greater than and the less than. We'll look at the greater than or equal, less than or equal later. All right. There's the greater than symbol.
That's exactly what that mouth
Go to mute, please. Michelle,
Calm down, mommy.
go to mute.
Introduction.
Somebody text them to go to mute, please.
Symbols, words, and examples.
Somebody text Alva and tell her to mute herself while they're working on it.
Listen.
Did anyone do that?
I'm trying to.
Text
This is
Alva and tell her,
great.
Michelle, to go to mute until they get that resolved so we don't hear the
Because it's
background
less.
noise.
Less, because
Alpha.
9 is bigger.
Did anyone call her?
No, I'm trying to get through with my iPad.
Okay. Someone call Alva and tell them to stay on mute until they can get their problem resolved. Okay. Introduction of inequalities. Greater than, you see the symbol. 5 greater than 2.
Right, because I can't
Less
hear.
than 7 less than 9. Did she answer you, Mercedes?
No, I'm trying to just send her a message.
Okay. She had said something about going on her phone. So You may have to call her. Or she may have gotten it because you're not talking now. Okay. All right. Now, greater than or less than, we want to just do a little practice here. I want you to put the correct inequality symbol, either greater than, less than, or equal on the line. Now, I'll call you to tell me what to write. Okay. Let's see. 55 and 66. Audrey, are you there? Audrey? Audrey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen, Audrey? You're on mute.
Okay, she's going back on mute.
Yeah, she's on mute. Okay.
Yes, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so we're doing some exercises. Make sure you understand the inequality symbols greater than or less than. Those are the ones we will be doing today. All right. Now, I have two numbers here. You're comparing them, 55 and 66. All I want you to do is tell me what should go in this blank, whether it's a greater than, a less than, or equal. Tell me what to write. Audrey? What goes between the 55 and the 66? Greater than, less than, or equal?
Less than?
Very good, less than, because 55 is smaller than 66. So we will put here a less than symbol. There we go. All right. The next one, Audrey, 70 and 21, less than, greater than, or equal?
70 is greater than.
Greater than, very good. So 70 is greater than 21. Now, you should understand fractions and decimals, right? You haven't forgotten them, correct? So you have 1/2 and 0.625. Latoya, greater than, less than, or equal? Latoya? Are you there? Latoya? Maureen? 1/2
Okay.
compared to 0.625. Less than, greater than, or equal?
I would say greater than.
1/2 is what decimal, Maureen?
1/2 is 50. But
Okay.
it's okay. It's
1/2.
less than.
That's it. Very good. 1/2 is 0.50. And 0.50 is less than 0.625. Okay. So when you have a fraction, a decimal, you convert one to a decimal or one to a fraction. This one was easier to convert the half to a decimal because half is like half of $1.50, a 0.5. Any questions on those three?
Miss Barbara.
Yes,
can
Mercedes.
you just repeat what you say about the last answer, please?
Okay, so for the last answer, we comparing a fraction, 1/2, with a decimal, 0.625. Now, to compare them, you have to have them in the same format. So either you make the 1/2 a decimal, or you make the 0.625 a fraction. So Maureen made the 1/2 a decimal, 0.50, and then she realized the 0.50 is less than the 0.625.
Okay, so first you change the 1/2 in percentage to.
Yes, to the decimal.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, then you can see the 0.50, there's a 6 there, 0.6, 0.5, so the 0.5 is less than 0.6, so you put the less than symbol. Is that okay, Mercedes?
Yes, thank you.
All right, now let's go to the next. Okay. Greater than or less than. Now remember, not only can you have fractions or decimals, you can have negative and positive numbers. Okay, now, Latoya, are you there?
Okay. Linda's not so sure like you can.
Yeah, I think she
Leave
may
her in.
be getting off work. or
Good.
something. Okay. All right, Mercedes, minus 12 and 12. You compare those two. Do I put greater than or less than or equal?
Less than.
Less than, very good, because the negative is, remember from the number line, negative is always less than the positive. And the bigger the negative, okay, there we go, less than. The bigger the negative, the smaller the number. So a minus 15 is less than a minus 14, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maureen, 4 and 0, less than, greater than, equal.
Greater.
Greater, that's right. 0 sits in the middle of the number line and all the positives are on the right and the negatives on the left. So 4 is bigger. Now again, we have two fractions, 3/4 and 2/3. Mercedes, which one is bigger? Is it greater than, less than, or equal?
Greater than.
Greater than. How did you figure that, Mercedes?
Well, you have 3/4.
And what's
That's
that equal to?
That's the
And-
3/4 of a whole. So you only have a quarter left.
What is that as a decimal?
That would be what again? That's
3/4 is equal to what?
write it again.
3/4 is how many cents of a dollar?
That's 75.
75.
0.75.
So this would be, that's right. Just always go back to
0.75.
money when you're dealing with the quarters, and it's
Yes.
pretty easy to do it, okay? Now you have 2/3. That's equal to what as a decimal?
That would be like 0.23.
Oh, 2/3?
No,
What's 1/3, Mercedes?
I always mush up on it.
What's 1/3?
33 cents.
33 cents, a 0.33. So what would 2/3 be, Mercedes?
32 cents. 33.
0.33.
No, what is 1/3?
66.
Maureen, your name's Mercedes, right?
Yeah.
You change your name today. Okay, Mercedes, 1/3 is what decimal? Mercedes, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm
1/3 is what?
don't remember some of it.
And that's some of these you should remember from you. I gave you a chart that says some of these you should remember.
Yeah.
What is it, Mercedes? You know it. 3 times what number gives you 100 if you divide it into thirds? 3 times what?
3 times what number give me
100. Yeah.
100. If I divided 100 into 3,
100 divided by 3. What do you get?
I would get let's see, I would get 33.33, something like that.
Yeah, that's right. You get 33 and a third, and you've rounded off. It just be 33, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So 2/3 would be what?
2/3 would be
2 times that decimal. And what would that give you?
I'm just trying to remember to write it this one. That's what.
No, what's 2 times 0.333?
Was two times.
Yeah, 2 times this 0.333.
You're asking what is 2 times
Two
point,
times this number. What is that?
oh, 2 times 0.333.
Uh-huh.
That would be 0.666.
That's it. That's it. 0.666. So you put the decimal right here, put 6, 6, 6. And that number is what? Smaller than 0.75. So that's how 3/4 greater than 2/3. This one is 0.75 decimal. This one is 0.666. Or you round it off and be 0.67.
Okay.
Any questions how you compare these inequalities, whether they are whole numbers, decimals, whether they are minus or plus? Any questions?
All right, Nana.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so any of these that you see, you can probably get them all right, correct? All right, let's do just a few more. 0 and a -2, Audrey, greater than, less than, or equal?
Less than.
0 is less than a -2?
Oh, it's -2. Okay.
-2.
-2.
So be greater or less or equal. What goes in the blank here?
Negative.
Greater, less, or equal? What symbol?
Oh, it's still equal.
All right, let's no, think of the number line. The number line has a 0 in the middle, negative on the
Yeah.
left, and positive on the right, right? Let's see
Yes.
if I can put let me just put a little number line up here. Okay. Okay, here's a number line. See, when you have the negative, go back to your number line, right? Put a 0. And over here you've got plus. Right? All these are plus. The default is plus. I'm not putting the sign on there. So that's the default. Now on the left side, these are negative. -1, -2, -3. Now, when I go from left to right, increasing, right to left, decreasing. So the 0 in the middle
It's less
is
less
less than what's on the right,
than.
but is
Yes,
greater than
yes.
what's on the left. So what would go in the blank, Audrey? Greater, less,
It's
or
greater
equal?
than.
That's it.
Greater
Very
than.
good. That's it. Greater than. Because that 0 is greater than everything on the left,
On the left, right.
right? And it's less than everything on the right. So always be able to draw your little number line. If you get confused on your negative numbers and the value and comparing them, just keep this in mind. Just be able to draw just what I put here. Put the 0 in the middle, positive on the right, negative on the left, and you won't go wrong, okay? All right, Mercedes, 2/4 and 1/2, greater than, less than, or equal? Two-fourths and 1/2, greater than, less than, or equal? Mercedes, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry, I'm answering and didn't realize.
What is it?
I would say equal, Miss Barbara.
That's it. Very good. 2/4, when you simplify it, you get 1/2, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Maureen, 7 and 21, greater than, less than, or equal?
Greater than.
Greater than. Very good. So now everybody can compare numbers, whether they are fractions, decimals, plus or minus, and put the correct inequality sign when you compare them, right? No questions, correct?
No question at the moment.
Okay, because your assignment will have these kind of things in it as part of it. That's what I'm at. Want to make sure you understand it. So when you get the assignment, it's not confusing. All right. All right, now let's go to solving inequalities with variables. Now, someone want to tell me what a variable is? Anybody? What is a variable? Or I'll ask you this way, how do we represent a variable? Audrey, how do we represent a variable? You remember?
No.
Yeah, we use alphabets. Anything from A to Z, we can represent a variable. Those are the things that may be changing in an inequality or even in an equation. All right. Now, one thing I want you to remember that even though we are dealing with inequalities, we solve them just like we do equalities. In other words, equations. If I gave you, let me just put here. Okay, let me put here. If I gave you 6x equal 12. Now say these, how would you solve for x? You're on mute.
How would I solve for x?
Mhm. If 6 times some variable x is equal to 12, how do you solve for x?
I would 2.
No, how would you solve for x?
How would I solve?
What
for
operation?
multiplication? Oh, yeah. What kind of operation to solve it to get 12?
Yeah. If you want to solve for x, what would you do with this equation? Tell me what operation. Now this one is simplistic, so you could just mental math know what the answer is, but I just want to know, how would you solve it? What would you do? What operation?
I'm wondering if
What operation would you use to solve for x?
maybe a multiplication.
You multiply what?
2.
2 by what?
2 by 6 to get 12.
No. If
That's
you
what
solving for x, you want on the left side to just say x equals something. What would you do?
Oh, x would equal 2. No.
You want x equal. That's your result. You want to say x equals a value. How would you get just x on the left side? What would you do? What operation?
I would have to subtract a number on both sides.
Why would you subtract?
Or divide. I'm trying to remember how to do it.
Well, remember now, you do the opposite operation. This is 6 times x, so that means you'd have to divide, right?
Yes.
By 6, both sides of the equation.
Oh, yeah.
And you're left with x equal.
Well, yes. Oh, I got it now. Oh,
Got it?
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So this is with an equation with an equal, but you do the same thing if you had an equality. So there's no mystery about these, and sometimes students get kind of confused. They said, oh, what do I do? But yet they did it with the equality, so you do the same thing with the inequality.
Okay, because if you say 6 into 12 is the same 2.
Yeah,
As I'm
right.
saying 2, I have to show you how to get the
How
x.
did you get the 2? I mean,
Yeah.
this one is a real simple example, but some of them are not just mental math. You've got to actually do the operation. That's why I
Um,
want you to understand the operation.
yeah, because doing this kind of wake me up a little bit because sometimes when I see something just like that,
Mhm.
say you say 8 and a 16, I go blank. What do you do again? What do you do again? So
Yes,
I have
yes.
to put this in my head and
Okay. Yeah, just remember now, just whatever you do for the equalities, you do the same kind of operations for the
yes,
inequalities.
yes,
So here's an inequality. 8 times the variable y plus 4 is less than 20. Solve for y. Now, first thing will do is get these constants together, the 4 and the 20, right? But there's a plus, so we subtract the 4 from both sides. Remember, keep an equation in balance. We have to do the same to both sides.
yes,
Now,
yes,
plus 4 minus 4 is 0. So what do we have left on the left side? Just 8y.
yes,
20 minus 4 is 16. Now we have something that looks just like what we have up here. That's
yeah,
a multiplication, right?
yeah.
So what's the opposite of multiplication?
Divide.
Divide. So we divide both sides by 8
8.
and
Yeah,
16 is over 8. So now y, the answer is y less than
equal.
2.
Yes,
So no different. So when you solve inequalities with variables, you solve them just like you did those equations where they weren't inequalities. It was an equal. You got it?
yes, Miss Barbara. Thank you.
Okay, now let's go to, all right, here's another example. 3k greater than 24. That's a multiplication, so you divide by the 3, right? Both sides.
Yes,
You're left with just k on the left and 8 on the right, and in the middle, that inequality sign greater than. So your answer is k greater than 8. Okay, and you know that's true, right? Because 8 times 3 is 24. That's an equal. But
yeah,
if k was 9, that's greater. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 is greater than 24. So you see the logic there, right? Whatever number you multiply by 3 will give you something greater than 24. So that number has to be greater than 8, because 8 will just give you an equal.
yeah, because
Got it?
4. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, I want you to solve this one. This is what for you to do. It's your practice. Solve for x when 3x minus 1 greater than 5. I want everybody to solve it, and then I'll call someone to tell us what they did. And actually, this is mental math, really, but you could go ahead and solve it out the way we did it. Give you a couple of minutes. Maureen, you finished, huh? Right?
Huh?
You finished?
No.
I heard you sign like you said, oh, I'm done with this.
Uh-uh.
Okay, let's take this 3x minus 1 greater than 5. And let's put it here. Need the numbering. 3x minus 1 greater than 5. Latoya, are you there? Latoya's name is there, but she's not there. Audrey, you have your answer?
No.
Do you know your first step?
Huh?
What's your first step?
I don't know.
what would be the first thing you would do? That's all I want, just the first step.
But
What's the first step?
X.
Now, you see a constant here and a constant here. Now, the first step is getting those constants together, Audrey, okay? Now, how could you get the one where the 5 is? Get it on the same side of the 5. What would you do?
Subtract the 1 from both sides.
But if you subtract the 1, you still have a number on the left side. A -1 minus 1 is a -2. Okay,
The 1 on the left side.
so
Wait,
what
the 1 on the left side.
operation would you do then? Not subtract, what would you do?
Multiply.
No. Remember the opposite. There's a -1. What's the opposite of subtraction?
Add.
Add. So what would you do, Audrey?
Add the 1.
That's it. Very good. You add the 1 to both sides. Add 1. Now do that. Add the 1 to both sides. Remember your opposite operations. Addition, subtraction are opposites, division, multiplication are opposites. Okay, so go ahead and add that. And you have 3x. Just do just that operation. -1, add a 1, put our greater than symbol, and then add that 1 also on the right side. Now, Audrey, what do you have left on the left side?
3x.
That's it. Excellent. 3x goes to -1 and +1 gives you a 0. So now what's 5 plus 1, Audrey?
6.
6. Now you know your answer then. Now what's your next step, Audrey? You want just x by itself.
Divide.
That's it. Very
Divide.
good. You divide by what?
Divide by 3.
Very good. Okay, divide by 3, both sides. So we put the 3 here and the 3 here. What do we get, Audrey? What do we get on the left?
2.
3x divided by 3 on
No,
the left.
you have x.
X, that's
On
right.
the left, we get x.
We get x, and let's put our greater than symbol, and then you
Yeah,
told me what you
that's
get on the
fine.
right is 2. So that's your
The
answer.
right hand side is 2.
That's it. X greater than 2. Any questions? Mercedes, you got that answer?
Looking at how you did it, but with a little bit of doubt. With the 1, you use the 1 on both sides. So when you get like 3x minus 1 plus 1, you cancel those 2 ones, okay?
Yeah,
And then-
you cancel or because they add up to 0, right?
okay.
Minus and plus of the same quantity.
Oh yes,
gives
yes,
you
minus,
0.
minus. Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
whether
minus
it's a
and plus.
whether it's a variable, whether it's a number, it'll give you 0, right?
Yeah.
But on the right side, you have to add that 1 to the 5. So that's how
Mm-hmm.
Audrey got her 6. So on
Yes,
the left,
I figured out to get this a 6 there, but I was figuring out how to
how
get
to get
the
the,
1.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the -1 and the +1
1
gives
is
you
canceled.
0. So that's
Yeah.
why you're just left with 3x.
Yes.
Got it? And now, see, that's a multiplication. And you just told me opposite of multiplication was division. Divide both sides by 3, and the answer is x greater than 2. Same thing you do if this symbol had been an equal, it would be the same way, except the x would say x equal to. Got it?
Miss, why would you say x greater than 2 instead of x less than 2?
Why would you change it? What you don't change, well, sometimes you
I'm not
change your
I'm not
inequality.
changing. I'm just
No.
asking to get
Yeah.
a little bit.
No, this stays the same. Now, in some cases, we changed this from a greater than less than, but we haven't got to that condition yet. So this stays the same, greater than.
Okay, okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Right? Now, there's some instances where it does change, like if you divide, say, by a negative, then of course then we flip it, the greater than becomes a less than. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
but this didn't happen here. So that greater stays the greater than symbol.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
No, thank you, miss.
All right, so you want to try another one, right? All righty, let's try another one. X plus 2 greater than 12. All righty. Anybody, I get volunteers on this one. Somebody want to tell me X greater than, what's the answer? Anyone wanna
Minus
tell
2
me?
on both sides, Miss Berger.
Yeah, subtract 2 from both sides. So this becomes, thank you, Latoya. So this becomes, let's see, X plus 2 minus 2, right? Greater than, subtract that 2 from both sides. So Latoya, what's the answer?
X plus 10.
X what?
X greater than.
X
X greater than 10. Sorry.
10. Very good.
Sorry.
That's what I got, miss.
Everybody get that?
Yes, miss.
X greater than 10. That's your answer. This was just the one step because you didn't have a multiplication here. So you, like Latoya said, you got the 2 with the 12, those constants, and that gave you the answer X greater than 10. Okay, so we got another one here. Minus 3x greater than a minus 9. Somebody want to give me an answer on this one?
Plus 3 on both sides, Miss Berger.
What do you have?
Plus 3 on both sides.
Plus 3 on both sides?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
You divided by a negative, right?
Gotta change the sign.
You got to change an inequality sign. So you divided, like Latoya said, okay, let me write down what she did. She divided both sides by -3, right? Where's the noise? Somebody go to mute because you got background noise.
Maureen. Popping up.
Maureen, you have background noise?
I don't know, we gotta check and see.
Yeah, her name is popping up.
Okay. Divide both sides, Latoya said, by the -3. Okay. So put the -3 underneath and also here. All right. And minus or minus is plus. So that's X greater than 3. But what's the answer, Latoya?
X less than 3.
X less than 3. Because whenever you divide by negative, you reverse the inequality. So the greater than becomes a less than. Just remember that. When you divide by a negative, you reverse the inequality. So the greater than 3 becomes less than 3. That's a rule of inequalities. Dividing by negative causes the inequality sign to be reversed. So if it's greater, it becomes less. If it's less, it becomes greater. If it's greater than or equal, becomes less than or equal. Any questions? So that's your answer right here. That's the answer. Questions?
So Miss, when you get it like this, you're gonna, when it's a what's, this is a division. When it's a division, you flip the sign to with the answer.
When you divide by a negative number,
Okay.
you reverse. Regular division, you don't. But if you divide by a negative, then you you reverse the inequality. So greater than becomes a less than, or greater than or equal becomes a less than or equal, or less than becomes a greater than. It's just a reverse, okay?
Okay.
Questions? That's one of the inequality rules. Okay. And another one here. 5x plus 7 less than 22. Want everybody to do that one and give me an answer. What is x? What's the value of x in this inequality? Everybody do it and then give me an answer. Everybody okay? Anybody needs help on this one? You know what you do first?
Miss, what is that, Miss? 5x
5x plus 7
Okay.
less than 22.
Okay.
5x plus 7 less than 22.
I did it, Miss Barbara.
What did you
Like this
get,
one.
Latoya? What was your answer?
X less than 3.
X. You said x less than 3. Anybody get that answer? Or anybody get something different? Anybody else get x less than 3?
They get that.
Is that what you got, Audrey?
Yes.
Mercedes, what do you get?
I'm blank, I stop.
What, Mercedes, did you say what you got?
I am blank, I stop.
You
I'm not
blank?
sure.
Okay,
I'm
don't
down-
worry.
I'm
Don't
down.
worry, Latoya is gonna help you out.
I'm
Audrey,
down.
you said you got, Maureen, what did you get?
I didn't do nothing.
Uh-oh.
Maureen, are you quitting?
No, I just listening
You're
to this
tired,
again.
right? You
Yeah.
just listen. That's okay. That's all right. As long
Yeah.
as you understand it, you can always look at it on the YouTube.
Stop being lazy, Maureen.
Okay.
Oh, I know I got drop in my eye and it cloudy. Give me a break.
Oh yeah.
I was on the whole day, Latoya.
Tell her, Maureen. And I'll have you know, Maureen got 100 on her first exercise. I just want you to know that 100.
Good job.
Oh, good.
And go, Maureen. Yes, she did. Yes, she definitely did. Okay, now Latoya, explain to Mercedes what we do because you said she got lost. What do you do first?
The first I subtract 7 on both sides.
Okay, subtracts. Mercedes, ask Latoya any questions if you having a problem, okay? Subtract 7 from
Both
both
sides.
sides, okay?
So you got 0 there, 5,
Right, so,
2.
okay, so you got 5x plus 7 minus 7. Latoya said she did it on both sides, so 22. And what do you get, Latoya?
And a 7.
Okay, On the left side, you got what?
And the right side,
What do you get on the left side?
5x.
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 There again, this plus 7 minus 7, 0, right? And 22 minus 7, Latoya?
15.
15. And then what did you do?
Got it.
Divide.
Got it? I can stop right here, right? Divide both sides by 5,
And they get
and you
3.
get x less than 3. You okay, Mercedes?
Yes, yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Latoya.
Thank you, Latoya. My
Uh,
problem was, should I,
What was your problem, Mercedes? Let's
sometimes
get-
when I reach right there, I don't know if I should use the 5 or the 7. That's my problem.
But
I still don't know how to do it, but should I use the 7? Sometimes I don't remember which one to use, honestly. I get caught in that all the time.
Latoya, you want to explain to Mercedes why you did the 7 first?
Why I did the 7 first? Because the 5x have a variable. When you see it like this, if it doesn't have an x variable the other side, you cannot really do that. You have to look for a single digit number by itself. To either, if this was subtraction, then you would have add the 7. So
Okay,
this one was plus, so you subtract the 7 on both sides.
on both sides.
And it mix
Mhm.
variable and numbers together like that.
Okay,
Your answer is gonna be wrong.
Yeah.
okay.
You understand, Mercedes, why she
Yeah,
did
I understand perfectly.
Yeah, she had to get her constants resolved before she
Yes.
started working with the variable, because
Yes.
she see the variable is connected by multiplication. So
Yes.
that division process has got to come after you've gotten your
Yeah.
total constants.
I know when you start to use the 7, you're going to subtract, but now I understand that once you see a 5x, you don't use a 5x. You use a single. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And it doesn't always have to be a single, it could be doubles.
Oh
It could
yeah.
have been 5x plus 12 less than.
I know.
30.
I know.
Okay, all right. So it's not always singles. Okay, now we have another one here. X plus 4 greater than 9. Mercedes, I know you got that one. What's the answer?
Miss Baba, you sure got it? I
What's
don't
the
know.
answer, Mercedes?
I just have to look at
One
it
step
first.
process. What's the answer?
One step process. Oh, let me see if I can give you the answer. X equal.
I'm just gonna put X, and I'll just put greater than, and what goes after that?
5.
That's it. So I told you, one step. 9 minus 4, right? Subtract 4 from both sides and you get X greater than 5.
Yes.
Okay.
You gotta believe in yourself.
You're right, Latoya. Absolutely. You see how you did that one, Mercedes?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
Vanessa on?
I'm too
Okay.
doubtful.
All right, here we go.
Miss Barbara, is Vanessa on?
Yes, Maureen.
Oh, my God.
Audrey,
Yeah,
are you there?
yeah.
Okay, I want you to do this one. I want everybody to do it, but I'll have you tell us what you did. What's your
Okay.
answer?
What is it?
Minus 8x
Oh,
plus
minus.
5 less than 14.
Okay, that's my hand.
Everybody should be doing it, but Audrey's going to tell you how she did it. Mercedes, what did you do first, Mercedes?
I subtract 5 from both sides.
Okay, very good. You stop right there.
Okay.
Audrey is gonna finish it up for you. Where's the noise coming from? Somebody's blowing air. Who's that?
Not me.
Why you first speak up? I'm sure it's not me.
Well, that just leaves Audrey.
Let me figure out who it is. I can see who it is. Maureen. Sure is that you?
Not me, not me. I don't, no. Not me. Leave me alone.
Oh, is that you, Maureen? I see somebody else. I'm not gonna call any name.
Oh, we can find out.
She must not be aware of it because I can see her loud and clear.
Okay, let's stop. I was gonna have somebody go to mute. That's how we can determine. You go to mute and stop. And that was you. Any answers? Audrey, you ready?
No, I get it. Oh,
Somebody's crashing something.
Come on. Somebody writing something near to the
Audrey, go to mute. I want to find out
Miss
who it is.
Barbara.
Okay,
Beside Miss Barbara.
okay. Now she went to mute. Now we don't hear it. Audrey, that was you.
I know it was her, but I didn't want to call her name.
Well, that's how sometimes you have to, if like the host can mute everybody and then unmute them and see.
Like when we're online, Miss with church. Oh my God.
Mhm.
And some people don't listen and they just mute everybody. And you can't go back in unless you let you in.
Audrey, you can unmute yourself and give me your answer. You have your answer? Mercedes, you have an answer? Mercedes,
Yes, Miss. I have
you have an answer?
oh, who is right? I don't know.
Okay, well, let's, Audrey is supposed to give us an answer, right? Audrey, are you there?
She may be sleeping.
Audrey, unmute yourself.
Audrey,
Okay, there you are. Audrey, what did you do first?
I do nothing.
Oh, you didn't do it?
No.
What
Because she
happened, Audrey? Audrey,
man,
minus.
they start using it. I
wait
don't
just a minute. Audrey, what's the problem, Audrey?
know. I just lose it. That's all. My head just started getting a little confusing.
Okay, all right, that's all right.
No,
Just go
she
to
got
mute.
it.
Go to mute, Audrey. There we go. Okay, Mercedes, what did you do first? Mercedes.
Oh, yes. I subtract 5 from both sides.
Okay, so let's just minus 8x plus 5 minus 5. Okay. So you're getting off to the right start, and then 14 minus 5. So what did you get on the left, Mercedes?
On the left, I'm left with X. No, sorry. I'm left with minus 8x,
Minus 8x goes to plus 5 and minus 5 is 0. And what's 14 minus 5, Mercedes?
and that is 5. What am I
14 minus 5
Nine,
is
beg your
what?
pardon,
9.
nine.
9.
Nine.
Okay. Then what was your next step?
My next step is to subtract 8 from both sides.
Wait a minute now.
Oh,
Why
Lord.
would you subtract? How is 8
Oh,
connected on the left?
no, I see. I forgot that 8 is a
Multiplication. 8x. Remember I told you earlier about side by side multiplication?
yeah.
So 8 minus 8x means minus 8 times x. So what's the opposite of the multiplication?
Divide.
That's right. So what did you do, Mercedes, at this point? You divided what?
So if I divide 8 into 8, I'm gonna get
You divide,
8 into 8. Call it
no, you divide minus 8.
minus
That's
8.
a minus 8,
Yes,
right?
minus 8.
Minus 8, divide minus 8 by both sides. So you divide the minus 8.
So you're left with x
So you're left with x
on the left side,
on the left, less than what?
less than minus 1.
No,
1.
you said divide.
Oh,
So that minus 8 would be underneath, right?
yes.
That's division. Now, when we say we divide by a negative, we reverse the inequality. So this becomes x greater than, I'll just put 9 over 8 because minus, plus over minus is minus. And we could leave it like that, or we could convert it to a decimal 1 point something, but I'll just leave it as 9 over 8. Okay.
Oh, so that's- okay.
All right. But since you're dividing by a negative, then you reverse the inequality. So the less than becomes a greater than, right? There is your answer.
Okay,
Right.
so I could just leave it like that.
There's your answer right there. Questions? Any questions?
Miss, I'm sorry, I don't understand why the 9 upon 8, why it couldn't work out. You just leave it like that.
What do you mean? Leave what, like what?
Like you have 9 upon 8, negative 8.
Over negative? No, because you divide by a negative. So
just leave
divide
it.
by a negative, the inequality has to be reversed.
Yeah, I understand. I understood that. Just
So if you were given a multiple choice, this would be the correct answer, not this one.
okay.
Because it's recognizing that you're dividing by a negative.
Wow, that's great.
Okay, so that's one of the inequality rules. Whenever you divide by a negative, you reverse the inequality. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
that's very important because these are normally multiple choice questions. This would not be the right answer.
So you're
Because
saying when you divide by a negative number,
whenever you divide by a negative, or it be a number, it could be a variable, a number, whatever expression you divide by. If it's negative, you reverse the inequality. But now when you have a 9 over minus 8, remember that's the same as putting a minus in front of it because plus over minus gives you a minus, right?
okay.
So x greater than minus 9 over 8. Now it wouldn't
That's
be
good.
incorrect to leave the minus here, but you normally put the minus in front of the whole thing, okay? So the answer will be X greater than -9/8.
I could tell you that every since I had done that.
What is it, Maureen?
I say that I done that ever since, but you called Mercy. You know today when you called Mercy, they asked you tell me if I changed my name, right?
That's all right, Maureen. You're okay. You're okay with me, Maureen. No problem. I'm sure Mercedes wasn't upset with you,
No,
right?
I don't mind.
Because we work together and all. I
Exactly.
just made it as a joke, Maureen. Just
I know.
lighten things up a bit. That's all.
Yeah.
But sometimes if somebody is kind of bogged down and you think they need a little help, then say
Yeah.
something. It's okay. Because normally I don't think anybody mind.
I
Because
know that.
everybody
Right.
can lose a little help sometime, right? Mercedes?
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
joked today with
I
Henrietta.
know.
Anytime she today, no, you want to have it.
Huh? What is it?
I know when Miss Barbara called out, she wanted to make sure that person she's speaking to get in the
Yeah,
call.
I want to make sure because sometimes I
But she don't
find
need
it
it in her plan.
based on what somebody had said before, they might
Yeah.
need a little help. So then I'll have them do it to make sure they understand it, right? I don't want to
Yeah.
leave anybody
Mhm.
out. Okay. One more here on with variables practice before we look at some variables on both sides. Now this is method math. What's the answer? Audrey, are you there?
X equal.
Audrey? Audrey, you on mute? Okay. Maureen, what's the answer?
I'm here.
Oh, you here? Okay, Audrey, what's the answer for this one? What
I do
is
that yet.
what we just put this one up? What is X? What's the inequality? Okay. So this would be X less than what?
Um,
X less than what?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do to get just X on the left side? What do you do? I put it over here for you. What do I have to do with the 8 to get X on the left side?
Add
Add,
it
that's right.
to both sides.
Add to both sides. So what do you get on the right when you add the 8? 24 plus 8 is what?
32.
32. That's your answer, Audrey. You got it. That's it.
So X
it.
is less than 32.
Yeah. Add 8 to both sides. 8 minus 8 and a plus 8 gives you 0. You just left with X, 8 and 22, because when you add 8 and 24, 24 is 32. So your answer is X less than 32. Questions? Now, what's the number less than 32, Audrey? Just pick a number. Audrey?
4.
No, pick a bigger number. I don't want to get a negative. Pick a bigger number. I mean, 4 is okay.
16. 16.
Okay. 16 minus 8 is what?
Negative 8.
16 minus 8?
Is
No,
8.
is 8, right? And is 8 less than 24?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's less than 32. See, so 16, you said 16 minus 8, and 16 minus 8 is 8. And 8 is what? Less than 24. So if my number was 16 minus 8, that's less than 24. So, but what if my number was 24? Would that work? If
Which
X
one?
was 24?
Oh. You're asking if X
Yes,
was
could X
24?
be 24?
Mm-hmm.
Could it be 24, Audrey?
If X is 24,
Yeah, could X be 24 in this inequality? Would X, my question is, if X is 24, would it satisfy this inequality right here? If X was 24,
I think so. They're going reverse again.
what's 24 minus 8, Audrey?
16.
And 16 is less than 24. So,
Yes.
and 24 is less than 32. So you can take any number less than
Yes.
32 and plug it in here and you get something less than
And they
24.
go in reverse, miss. To the
That's
answer.
what I'm telling you. You get something less than 24, right? Questions?
No, thanks, miss.
Okay, that's how you can really test your inequalities. You put a number in here less than 32, and you'll get you'll get a number that's less than 24. Okay, 30 minus 8, 22, less than 24. 32 minus 8 is 24. That's not less than, that's equal to 24, right? That's a difference now. Remember the difference. If you put a 32 minus 8, you get the number 24. 24 is not less than 24. 24 is equal to 24. Know the difference. Question? Okay. Now let's go to solving inequalities with variables on both sides. Now, all of the other ones had just a variable on one side, right? Now we want to know, what do we do when we have the variables on both sides? And here's an example. 5x plus 6 less than or equal to 3x minus 9. Now here, you need to get all of these variables together, the 5x and the 3x. And you need to get the constants together, the 6 and the minus 9. So how do we do that? Now, we could subtract the 3x from both sides, and that just gives us the 2x on the left. And then we have the minus 9, and we can subtract the 6 from both sides, and that would give us the 6 and the 9 together, which gives us a minus 15. So 2x less than or equal minus 15. There's your multiplication. So you divide both sides by 2, and you get x less than a negative 15 halves. So x is less than or equal 15 or minus 15 over 2. And you could have put this as sometimes it's not left as a fraction. You could have put it as 7.5. Okay, and that would be correct also. Any questions solving inequalities with variables on both sides?
So, miss,
Yes.
I'm just looking to see, you says, because it's a subtraction, right? So we subtract 6
Right
from
here.
9.
Okay, first we got the x's together. You follow me right here, right?
Yeah.
3x from both sides. That gives me 2x on the left. I still have my plus 6, and I have my minus 9. Now I subtract my 6, both sides, because see, it's added here, right? In order to be left with just 2x, I need to subtract the 6, correct?
Miss,
Yeah.
when you say put all the variables together, I'm looking at like 5x plus 3x.
The 5x and the 3x, but you can't say plus because this is a plus over here. So you have to subtract it, right?
Okay.
Because if you add it, what do you get on the right? You get a 6x. And you have a 3x over here and a 6x, and you still have the variables on both sides. Correct? You want to get the variables together and the constants together.
So you subtract.
So you had to subtract because this is a plus right here.
Yeah.
That 3x has a plus. Remember, that's the default. So that's why we subtract. If this had been a negative 3x, then what would we do? We would add the 3x.
Okay.
Okay? And then we still left with our constant 6 and 9. So we can get the 6 over on the side with the 9 by subtracting the 6, right? Because there's a plus there. Opposite of plus is subtraction.
Yes.
So minus 6 minus 9 gives you a minus 15. So your answer is negative. X less than or equal to minus 15 over 2. Now this answer would have been the same whether this was a less than or equal, greater than or equal, less than, greater than. You would have gotten the same answer. The only difference would have been the inequality symbol would have been different. Okay? That's why I say look at these just like they were equals. Do
Oh,
the same operations. I'll say these, you were about to say something.
no, miss. Thank you.
Okay? So I don't want you to think it's a mystery to these inequalities. They solve just like equations where we have equals. All right, same kind of operations. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think I have one for you to try. Okay. All right, here's one for you to try. 2s plus 9 less than minus 5s plus 23. I want everybody to solve that one. Remember, you're going to get all of your variables together and all your constants together and then solve. Once you solve it, you can just let me know if you want to tell us how you solved it. So remember, you're getting the 2s and the 5s minus 5s together, and you get the 9 and the 23 together. So then you can solve for the s. Are we getting snow tonight? Anybody know?
They say that we should get it there, but I don't know.
We haven't had snow this year. You know, a few flurries, it melted almost as fast as they hit the ground. I know the workers in my building are glad they didn't have to ride the snow blower or whatever. Maureen, you working on it?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, very good. That's all you can do. Audrey, how you doing? Audrey,
Huh?
how you doing?
So so.
You got started?
Yes.
2s plus 9.
Minus
Less
5s.
than minus 5s plus 23. So you want to get
Yes.
these two S expressions together, and you want to get the 9 with the 23. So decide what operations you have to do to make that happen.
Subtract. And
Which one you subtracting, Audrey?
9.
Yeah, that's right. You could do that. Subtract the
On
9
this side?
from both sides. Very good. Okay. So let's subtract the 9. Okay, so Audrey subtract 9 from both sides. Subtract 9 from both sides.
Have 2s.
Okay, so
Yes.
let's just do that. So we have 2s plus 9 minus 9, whatever, inequality symbol less than, minus 5s plus 23 minus 9. And Audrey, what do you get on the left side once you do that? What's left over here?
Minus 9.
Huh? On the left side?
Yeah, on this side right here.
2s.
This side right here. What's left
Okay.
over here?
2s. Yeah, 2s.
So you just
Mm.
left with 2s, right? Because the plus 9
Yes,
minus
2s.
9 is 0. So that would just be 2s
Yes.
plus 9 minus 9 is 0, less than, and you have what? Minus 5s plus 23 minus 9. And what's 23 minus 9, Audrey?
14.
That's right. 2s less than minus 5s. And that would be plus 14. Very good, Audrey. You're almost there. Now, how do you get your s's together? You want to get this 5s over with the 2s. So what do?
Okay, the 2s to 5s.
That's a minus. So what do you have to do, Audrey?
Add.
Add.
Add,
Very good. That's right. You add your 5s to both sides.
Okay. Yeah.
You got it. Right. Add 5s to both sides. Right. Now I'm going to shortcut it right here. So I don't want to go to another screen. So that's going to give me 7s less than 14. So Audrey, what's the answer? What's s equal to? I mean, not equal, less than. What goes here?
7.
7s less than 14. What do I divide by, Audrey? Right here.
7.
By 7. 14 over 7 is what?
2.
That's right. 14. I'll put the 7 here. So that means less than 2. So the answer is 7s less than 2. There's your answer. Everybody get that answer? Mercedes, did you get that answer? Mercedes, are you there?
Yeah, I got you.
You,
Hear
did you
me?
get s less than 2? Yes, now I hear you.
No, I didn't read so far. I just
What
followed
happened?
Cause I almost get it and then I start getting doubtful and stopped.
Okay, now how far did you get?
I reached at 14. I got 14 for the answer.
Okay, so you got here 7s less than 14? Right here?
Yeah, I reached where I get the 14. Up further.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, but I didn't know how to get the S.
Okay,
and the-
now
the
look right
five.
here, Mercedes. You say you got right here, right? Now you want to get this minus
Yeah,
5s
yes.
over on the side with the 2s. So remember, this is a subtraction. That's a negative. So you have to add.
Yeah.
So you add the
Yes,
5s.
because two negatives.
That's it. And the 5s and the 2s will give you the 7s. And when you add on the right side, that will go to 0. So that's how you're
Yeah.
left with the 14.
15.
Got
And you
it?
divide. Yes.
That's right. And then when you divide by the 7, you get 2, like Audrey said. So your answer is S less than 2.
And 2. Yes. Thank you.
Got it? That making sense?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Any questions? Maureen, did you get it solved?
Yeah,
Very good. Okay. So Audrey, you're doing good. You want to try the next one? Let me bring it up. No, I'll let somebody else try that. Audrey said, don't overwork. Don't overwork me now. Okay, nice one, Mercedes. I think you love this one.
What?
Yes. You could do this one without even writing it down. I know you can.
Let me try. I don't know.
Now you 10b minus 5 greater than 5b plus 5. So you want to get your variables 10b, 5b together. And then get your minus 5 with your plus 5 over here. So what would you do first, Mercedes? Just tell me what you'll do first. There's no wrong answer here because it's more than one way you can do it. What would you do first?
I'll subtract.
Subtract what?
and
I will subtract 5 from both sides. I'm doubtful now.
You will subtract 5 from both sides.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do just what you said. That's what I said. There's no wrong way and there's more than one way to do it. So you want to subtract 5 from both sides. So let me just put 10b. Okay. Minus 5. Minus 5. That's subtracting the 5, right? And on the right side, 5b plus 5. And then I want to subtract the 5. Okay, very good, Mercedes. Now, what do I have left on the left side?
On the left side, you got 5b left. And you cancel on the right
Left side?
The left side?
Yeah, right here. What's left over here? What is this equal to?
Okay,
10b minus 5 minus 5.
I got 15b.
What?
15b?
No, no.
that's key.
10b
Minus.
minus 5 minus 5. I only see b
Yeah.
right here.
B.
So what would I have on the left side?
Okay, that's 5b then.
What?
5b.
I'm talking on the left right here, Mercedes. 10b minus 5 minus 5.
Yeah, yes.
And what do you
Then
get
take
for
away
that?
5.
What do you get, Mercedes?
I did say 14b first. I did say what? 15b first. I don't know.
How you getting
Without that. 'Cause I'm
15b?
giving
I
you two
only see
answers.
b right here. I only see the coefficient in one place.
Okay, so it's just 15.
B.
On the left side,
On the left side.
what is that equal to?
Mhm.
10b minus 5 minus 5.
B,
What is it?
I said it was B.
B,
Mhm.
No.
or 10B,
And what else, Maureen? 10b and what else? You're right, 10b and then what else?
10B,
And what's a minus 5 and a minus 5, Maureen?
10.
a 0,
Maureen, minus
or 10.
minus 10.
Yeah.
Okay? Add the negatives, minus 10. Minus 5 give minus 10. So this is greater than 5b, because plus 5 and minus 5 give you 0.
Yeah, hello, 5B.
All right. Now, Mercedes, what do you do next?
Miss, I'm blank right there. I'm confused. How could minus 10 be minus 5b from 10 make it just 10? I don't understand.
Go ahead. No, you're going right. What do you say?
I don't understand what happened there a while ago.
Oh, you
Oh, you
mean
get-
here? Okay.
Right
here,
on the
right
left
here.
side.
10b
Yes, on the left side.
Negative
minus
number is
5
positive.
minus 5.
10.
Well, I have just a 10b. I just bring that down. Add the two negatives. I get a minus 10.
So you're saying you don't subtract it as being on the 10b?
Subtract what?
I don't understand. I'm not clear right there because it's a minus.
Mhm.
A minus 5 and a minus 5 adds to a
10.
minus 10.
Yes.
See?
So how do you get 10? Oh, I got you.
It's right here. I just
Yeah,
bought
I got
it
you now.
down. That's the same 10b.
Bring it down because there's no other. Got you.
You
I
got me,
figure it now.
Mercedes?
Uh,
So I
yes, I
took
figure
the
I want to
left
get this.
side, bought down the 10b. There's nothing to add it to on the left side. And then a minus 5, a minus 5
And
gives
a
a
minus
minus 10.
5 is 10.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the plus 5 minus 5, 0. And I'm just left with 5b on the right. Now, so I have 10b minus 10 greater than 5b. Now, Mercedes, what's the next step?
The next step you're going to you're trying to find out what is b, right?
That's right.
So you're going to subtract 10 on both sides or b 5 on both sides? No. Tell I'm confused right there.
You've got a 10b, you got a minus 10, a greater than a 5b. Now, how do you get your 5b's together? I mean, your 5b where you're on the side with your 10b, because you want on the left side that variable, right?
Okay, so you're going to subtract 10 on both sides. 10 and get rid of the 10 and have b left.
How would you combine the 10b and the 5b?
If I subtract 10, if I will subtract 10 from 10b, I'm going to left with only b.
If you subtract what?
10 from
Oh,
10b.
You cannot subtract 10 from 10b
You gotta add 10 to both sides.
because you got one with a variable and one with a number. You cannot do that, Mercedes.
Okay, so I'm going to subtract 5 from, oh no.
Go ahead. You're going to subtract what?
5 from both sides.
5 what?
5b from.
Okay, subtract 5b from both sides, and 10b minus 5b would just give you 5b, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this would be 5b okay. And and if I add 10 to both sides, that would be greater than, and then I'll have 10 right here. Okay? Now I combine steps. Does everybody see what I did? I got an echo for some reason. Okay.
Okay, got you.
You got me?
Yeah.
So
If
what
you
I
take-
did,
If you subtract 5B.
5B from 10B, and I got 5B.
From 10B, yes.
Added the
And you
10 to both sides, so the 10 is here, and the minus 10 and
Five.
plus 10 is 0. So 5B greater
Yes.
than 10. So, Mercedes, what would be the answer? B would be what?
B, you'd have to less than 10.
B greater than,
No. 5B would be less than 10. You flip
No.
the sign.
5B greater than 10, so B would be what? Divide both sides by 5. What's 10 over 5?
So that would be 5.
10 over 5?
No. 5. I was gonna give the answer. I was gonna say
So what's the answer?
B equal.
Oh, greater.
B is greater than 10.
10 divided by 5 is what?
5. 2.
2. Yeah, B greater
That's
than
divided by. Yes, 5 is
5B greater than 10. You divide both sides
Yeah.
by 5, and you get B is greater than 2. That would be your answer. B greater than 2. All right.
yes,
Just
B
write it
greater than
simple.
2.
B
But I'm
greater
keep
than
on
2.
going, but I should take off the fat B. The 5.
Yeah, your answer would just be B greater than 2. That's your answer. That's it. Questions?
Yes.
Now, the reason I said there was no wrong way to do this, because you could put your B's together first, or you could put your constants together. It doesn't matter. As long as you end up with a variable on the left and the inequality and then a number. All right? And you could try it another way and you would get the same answer. Questions? But deciding what to do sometimes is based on your signs. Maybe you work better with positive signs, so maybe you want to subtract and get positive versus adding and sometimes getting negative. So it's your preference. That's why I say it was no wrong way to do this, because there's more than one way to do it.
Because sometimes I find that I'm doing it by myself, and the way you do it longer, I do it shorter and get the
Oh,
answer.
sure. Yes. Yeah, because all the steps I go through in these, when you do them yourself, you probably don't even go through the steps because you can see your answer. Sometimes
That's
you can
right.
see your answer without even going through the steps. All right. Others may not see the answer unless they go through the steps. So I just go through the steps and you just eliminate what you don't want to do and still get your same answer. Okay.
Okay.
Because when you look at this 10b minus 5 greater than 5b plus 5, you can see to get the 10b and the 5b together, you're going to have to subtract the 5b. So that's going to give you the 5b on the right? And then you have the minus 5. You say, well, if I add it to both sides, I will get the 0 on the left and a 10 on the right. So you can see you have 5b greater than 10. You can just write that down without even going through all the steps. You got it? I mean, just
Yes,
look at
ma'am.
it. Say, I want to get my 10b, 5b combined. I want to get my minus 5, my plus 5 combined. How do I do that? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions on solving equalities with variables on both sides? Now I want to do, I think I want to do just a couple of word problems. And actually, we have someone involved in this, but these are expressions that I want you to translate to inequalities. 4 plus a number is greater than 7. Does somebody want to tell me what do I write as an inequality? Anybody?
4 plus
Four
Anybody?
plus
got
five?
time? 4 plus a number is greater than 7. I just want you to translate those words to an inequality. What would I write?
4x plus 7.
Okay, Latoya, you said 4. You said 4. No, it says 4 plus a number.
Oh,
5, 4 plus
Oh,
5.
wait.
plus
Latoya, what would I write? 4 what?
Oh, sorry, 4 plus 10.
4 plus a number. A number is a variable. We don't know what it is.
S,
Latoya, what did you say?
S,
S or
S,
X? S?
S as in Stacy.
S is in Sam?
Yeah,
Okay, 4 plus S. What do I write next?
greater.
Greater than. Okay. And what goes
7.
next?
7.
That's it. Did everybody write that?
Yes.
4 plus a number. You don't know what the number it is as a variable. You put any letter, you put the A to Z. 4 plus X, 4 plus Y, 4 plus N,
Yes.
4
So many-
plus the plus sign, greater than, and then 7. So you've got 4 plus sign, number, greater than 7. Translating the words to the inequality. Questions?
So Miss, that is all you want to translate the words?
That's it.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Now, most of the word problems won't be like that, but I just want you to be able to do them when you have to translate them from expressions to the inequality. Any questions on that first one?
No, Miss.
Next one. 14 divided by a number is less than 2. Mercedes, you want to try that one?
Okay, 14.
Tell me what to write. 14. Okay. What else do I write?
divide,
So
division sign.
what do I put? So what you want me to write after the 14?
The divide sign.
Okay, you want me to write you want this one?
14
Okay. I could write that, or I could put it
Yes, that's the
over, or
one
I
I
could put
have.
a slash, okay? Now, what goes after the division symbol?
Add B.
Okay, 4 divided by B. And what goes next?
Less than sign.
Less than, and what's next?
Less than sign.
Okay, I got it. What goes after the less than sign?
2.
2. Less than 2.
Less than 2.
14 divided by a number B is less than 2. So you think you're able to translate expressions like this to inequalities? Yes?
14 divided by 12, 14 divided by 14.
I
Take it
see,
7.
so
Audrey, you have a question?
No.
Okay, let me just write one here for you to do. Okay.
14 divided by 7, give you less than 2.
Yeah, 14 divided by a number B less than 2. Now, let me do another one here. Number 3. 6. I don't know why I'm getting an echo. 6 times a number is greater than 2 times another number. What would that be? Anybody?
I ain't seen that last fraction right there.
6 times a number is greater than 2 times another number.
Oh,
So I threw in 2 numbers this time, so you need 2 variables.
That's right.
Just tell me what to write. Anybody?
2,
6x.
3.
Who's talking?
Mercedes.
Mercedes, you want to tell me what to write?
Let me try 6x.
6x, that's your number. And what do I write next?
B.
Where's your
In
greater?
bracket.
Greater than,
Oh, greater. I mean, greater.
I said 6 times a number is greater
Okay.
than 2 times another number. So you said 6x, 6 is the 6, times the number x. What
Yeah.
goes after 6x?
Oh, B.
What?
6 times a number.
6 times a number is greater than 2
So
times
B,
another
6
number.
times 6 times B is greater than B.
No,
Oh, I
no.
see.
6 times a number. You told me 6x. That's perfect. What
Yeah.
goes after the 6x?
B.
Anybody else want to tell me?
Hello.
Greater.
Maureen, you want to tell me? Maureen,
6x is greater.
6x greater. Okay. That's 6 times a number greater. What goes next, Maureen?
2x.
Another number. You can't use x. 2 what? Any letter but x.
2c.
2c. There we go. Very good, Maureen. 6 times a number. That's the 6 times x. The greater than symbol. Here's the greater than symbol. 2 times another number. So I can't use the x. So Maureen
I
chose
see.
C. You got it?
No, miss.
Maureen,
get
you want
a-
to explain it? Maureen, explain it. Go ahead, Maureen.
You say 6 times a number is greater than 2x.
Hold, Marie.
But she already got the 6. She already got the x by the 6.
Yeah, but she says
So you
6
can't put the other number because
a number. So and you put B in place of that number, right? Or S?
you just write 6x greater than the other number.
Okay.
You can't use the x. Instead of using 2x, you can use 2a, 2b, 2c, anything like that.
Right, that's right, because I said 2 times another number. So a number is not the same as another number.
I didn't understand it 2 times.
Okay? Got it?
I'm not good at translating figures after practicing.
Yeah. I said, or if I said,
She already got the 6 by the x by the 6, so you don't have to
That's
use
right.
nothing else.
Right,
You're right.
X is already there.
Absolutely.
So the X is there, I know that, because that stands for time, right?
No,
Right, so
that,
what you-
that X is a variable.
Oh,
right.
oh,
So
That
what you
X
gonna
is a
do is
variable.
greater-
6 times
oh,
a number. A number is X. Greater than, there's a symbol. 2 times, there's your
yeah.
2. Another number, that number is C. Got it?
Oh, excuse me.
Questions? Okay, we're gonna stop here. There's some other word problems, but we'll look at those next time. We'll look at some inequality word problems, and we'll review what we did on greater than, less than with the variables on both sides and variables on one side. Any questions by anybody?
Oh, miss. Oh, one question, let me see this send over for 1 o'clock session.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Did you send an assignment for 1
Oh,
o'clock
yes,
session?
yes, I sent everything. I sent the
Oh, I
session,
was fast
assignment, and
asleep.
it's probably loaded on YouTube. I started it, so it's probably done.
Okay,
Any
what
other
happened?
questions?
I was fast asleep, so I didn't hear it comes in.
All right,
It's like
any
a
other
phone.
questions?
No, miss.
So